So I'm scrolling through social media and I'm having me a good old time, having laughs, um clicking pages, checking out their content, and if it doesn't keep my attention, I keep it moving to the next page or creator that can hopefully keep my attention. And this process repeats itself over and over and over again because I have free time. I have time that I don't know what the hell I even want to do with. I have time that's just up for grabs. And thankfully, we have Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all these reels and shorts that are more than happy to take my time. Because, I have a lot of it and I don't have any other plans for what I want to do with that time. So why not? You know, these videos, they'll be funny videos, dudes making content. Occasionally there'll be a funny video made by a woman. Not to say that women aren't funny, but it's just really, really, really hard to find a female creator that can make me laugh. Hey, I'm entitled to my opinion. Anyways, so I got all this time to spend on just scrolling through the social medias and trying to get a good laugh in, as if I missed it, you know? It's while I'm scrolling, it's almost like I have a laugh deficit that I'm trying to fix, It's like being hungry. That uncomfortable feeling of there's something missing. I need something. A lot of time is wasted scrolling through these reels. When I catch myself regaining consciousness, the algorithm serves me up booty cheeks, show a little skin here, thumbnail, clickbait, something. The algorithm serves me up something that'll hook me back in. I feel like a fish, and and I'm chasing the bait. I know it's bait. I chase the bait. I'm a fish that wants to get caught when I'm bored. When I open up Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever social media it is, I'm a fish looking for some bait. Can you imagine that? I'm conscious of the trap and I just get in. Isn't that stupid? Does that make me stupid? Shit, I guess. Am I addicted? Now, this is a very good question. Am I addicted to social media? Fuck. Let's look at it. Can I resist getting on to look at some reels while, let's say, I'm waiting for something? In all honesty, it depends. How tired am I? If I just got off of work, I'm decompressing. So if I'm not dead tired, there's a high likeliness that, I'm going to get a few scrolls in. But really, that's the problem. I need to lock in. I guess I'm locked out right now. That must be the case. I watch so much social media that I want to be social media. You understand what I'm saying? I'm over here looking at these successful creators and I'm thinking to myself, man, what a life that must be. You know, they make it look so glamorous in ways. They make it they make it seem like it's a good time. Like they seem like they're having fun. Who are they? Well, what I will say right now is it's not really too easy to find creators that are my age. And I think specifically creators on YouTube, it's hard to find these creators that are my age. So immediately what comes to mind, I'm going to, no, let me back that up. Why is it that I can't find creators my age? Well, I'm 33 years old. If you're 33 and you do not have a job and or some other types of responsibilities, then I guess you're single and getting it. I'm not going to hate on that, but it's not really, it's really hard to make it. And if you're not working a job, where's your income coming from? If that is a question of, if where's your income coming from? Are you living at home? Hey man, if you are, I'm not throwing any shame or shade your way, but it's not really relatable. I'm not really going to watch a creator that is 33 years old, living at home, not making any money. That's not very inspiring. Now, I'm sure there are creators out there that are my age and older that aren't working, don't have any money, don't really have anything going on for them. If that is you and you're wondering why your YouTube or your social media, whatever it is that you're trying to launch off the ground, if you're wondering why that is the case, well, you're not inspiring. Are you going to inspire me to be broke? Come on, man, give me a break. So, the younger generation. Also, before I get into that, what I also want to say, I want to get in there is, if there is this idea of missing the boat, okay? There's a point you get to where you are too old. And some people might say, oh, what do you mean? You don't discourage people from, trying to chase their dreams. No, man. The reality is there's a point where you get to be too old, and I don't want to say you can't make it or you can't do a certain thing, but the older you get, the harder it's going to be. One of the things I want you to think about, since I suppose I'm giving a lecture right now, is the older you get, typically your social network is going to diminish. And since that is the case, you're not really, the amount of circles that you are in goes down. Hey, that's not really good, because who are you going to tell about your super sick podcast, or whatever the heck that you're trying to do? Like, who are you around to kind of bounce ideas off of, or even include in the thing that you are trying to do. That's a problem if you want to grow organically and quickly. So you kind of have to think outside of the box. Anyways, younger creators, man, it's a good time for them because the younger you are, generally the more circles you are around. If you're an introverted person, you kind of have some struggles, unique struggles, I guess. Unique, maybe not. If you're in school right now, damn, you're in such a it's a great time to blow up, obviously. Like if you're a freshman in high school, you gotta lock in. You're already locked in. You're in it. It's just you have to realize that the opportunity that you have, and if you want to go down the route of social media, blah 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 blah, do what you got to do. Anyways, so I'm flipping through social media and I'm wasting my time, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I want to be social media. So what exactly would it take for me to be social media? Well, I would have to be able to hold attention for a given amount of time. Ideally, hold your attention long enough so I get some monies. That'd be great. Some cash, some returns on my investment of the time that I'm creating. Ideally, this is the point. But there are a lot of creators that say, hey man, it's not really about the money. Well, listen here, motherfucker, I need some money, bro. So there's a conflict of how do you create something organically while you're in the midst of desperation. So there's OnlyFans. Don't worry, I don't have an OnlyFans, but maybe I'm just joking. How do you create organically while you are in the midst of desperation and stay authentic at the same time? Who are you before you even figure out the image that you want to portray on social media? One of the issues with social media that some people either forget or they don't know about is that what you are seeing is a curated piece of work. You are seeing a curated person. This person, as you see them, is edited. This person is filtered and packaged in a way to be a product to be consumed. You understand what I'm saying? Hopefully you do. And I see this. This is not lost on me, but I want to get in on the party because I see a lot of people having fun. I see a lot of people that have a lot of opportunities that have come from really putting themselves out there on social media. Well, how do I get me a slice of that pie? The easy answer is just create. Put stuff out there. But how am I going to get ears to listen and eyes to view? I guess that's my fucking problem, huh? Well, be relatable, bro. That's what I've heard. Be relatable. So let me try and be relatable. So that's pretty much the plan with the social media. I'm lost trying to figure out how can I find my way. I'm working a job where I'm clocking in, I'm clocking out, and okay, I was going to say that I don't feel appreciated, but the job that I'm working, I do feel appreciated, to be quite honest with you. But the problem is, this job that I'm working, although I am making some decent money, and that is fine, I'm not making enough money to say, hey man, I trust y'all with the next 10, 20, 30 years of my life. Money is the problem. So while I have that problem, I have to find a solution, because if every problem doesn't have, if you have not found a solution for your major problems, you have work to do. I have work to do, obviously. So I clock in, clock out, and I make a certain amount of money, but I have the idea that while I'm clocking in and I'm working my job, I can only make so much money from doing just this. So I get the clever idea, how can I clock in to work and also clock in to social media? You know what I'm saying? Double up, double dip. Because if I'm only one person and I can only be in one place at one time, I'm limited. So I need to figure out how to expand my limits, how to push on these boundaries that are constraining me and keeping me within this box that has that has heavily influenced the situation that I am in. Part of the reason I'm in this situation, it's my fault. I have tried to be successful. I just haven't succeeded at being successful, if that makes any sense. Well, why am I in this position? Man, I don't know. I guess I haven't tried hard enough. I guess I haven't locked in long enough, I suppose. Realistically, I think I'm in this position that I'm in because I give too much of a fuck. And I am tapering that down a bit. So, with that being said, I am figuring it out still. And that's the issue. You see that? 20 minutes in, maybe somebody has felt maybe a little spark of inspiration. Some people have clicked off. Some people have thought, man, who the hell is this guy? Why does he talk like that? Is he black? Is he white? I've lost people, and that's okay. Really, it's not. I need you to be listening right now. Stay listening. Don't click off the video. I need you to leave a comment. I need you to like. I need you to do all the things that will move me ahead. That's a lot to ask of a stranger. I get it. But give me your attention. Give me your monies. Actually, no, don't give me your money. Not yet, man. Just give me your attention. That'll do. What kind of world do we live in where attention is the economy? Or rather, attention is a valuable asset to be able to acquire from multiple people on a regular basis. Imagine that. Actually, you don't even have to imagine that. We're living it right now. So if you're not interesting, hey man, figure out how to be interesting. If you're already interesting and you're trying to figure out how to be more interesting, hey, I got nothing for you. But what I think will help is listening to this video all the way through, because you'll get something from it. If one thing that I like to listen to people just talking to their phone or the camera or whatever, what have you, while I'm doing other things. And it's kind of crazy to imagine that somebody might be listening to this while they're cooking or ironing or drawing or taking a shower. People are doing all kinds of things, and they can be doing all kinds of things while consuming your content. I'm trying to if you're going to consume this, I want to create something that when you consume it, you're like, tasty, delicious. I want more of that. Actually, put it in a to-go. I'm going to take it back home where I can really be relaxed and enjoy this further. What is it that I want to do? I ask this of myself, or I just, say this into the void. I give this question into the void and wonder, what is it that I will do online that will yield me some coins, some greenbacks, some of this digital money that's apparently out there? What am I going to do? How can I be interesting enough for somebody to not eat food? How can I be interesting enough for somebody to not get out of their car and go inside where they're going to be, where they are then going to have to deal with their girlfriend, their wife, or their husband or whoever? How can I keep you captive as a pet? And I hope that doesn't offend you, unless you're into that. But greed, this greedy economy that we are subject to, is teaching me that I need to be greedy. I need to want more than I give. I need that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to give this. I want this relationship to be imbalanced. I want money without the consequences of selling my soul. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, I would like to not be a content creator at all. I would like to not create content right now. But I would like the money. So that's wishful thinking, and it doesn't work like that. So I got to figure it out. So who is still listening right now? You must be a bored motherfucker. Whatever you are, I appreciate you because you're humoring me right now. Long form content is interesting. I would like to think that, I think a lot. It's a problem of mine. And to monetize off this problem of mine of thinking too much would, I suppose, be some kind of therapy. Me. I don't mean to make this all about me, man. But when you're like, you live in your head a lot, you kind of think about yourself a lot. And, if that's what if you kind of get this vibe of self-centered, maybe narcissist, which I don't think I fully really understand the term narcissist. It gets thrown around a lot. A lot of words get thrown around a lot, like baddie. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm a private person, man. Like, I can be quiet for 12 hours straight, not say a single word, and be perfectly content. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm trying to wrap my mind around putting myself in a position where I'm pressuring myself to be interesting to a complete stranger. That's psychotic. Like, but I guess I need to figure out how to be a psychopath so I can make something of myself. Huh. Like, can you imagine how weird it is to be a person right now, to be a human being right now, to be an animal, a human animal person right now, worrying about shit that doesn't matter, man. Like, like right now, I'm in my car and I'm looking at a tree. And, there's some birds in there somewhere. And I'm thinking, yo, these birds have no idea how hard it is to be a person. And yeah, it's a silly thought, but you think a bird's worrying about likes or clocking in and clocking out? And, this line of thinking, I'm sure you've heard it somewhere before. I don't really want to go down the whole line of thinking because I'm assuming you know where I'm going with this. This being how ridiculous it is, the state of the world right now. But for the people that I have to spell it out because y'all are not mind readers, this society that we've built up is insane. It's psychotic. It induces psychosis on people, regular people. Regular people are not the winners of this world. Regular people are not winning. You know, it's, we are, I feel like a pet, you know? I feel like a pet. Like, imagine if you have a dog or you have a cat or an iguana, a snake, a rabbit, a horse, a cow, a bird, any of these animals or things that you might hold captive. Think about that, man. You have a pet that you're responsible for the pet, or you're not, you know. You could just leave that pet on the side of the road when no one's watching and drive off. Yeah, you'll feel guilty for sure. Facts, man. But you're free. Imagine, you're free. But really, what I'm trying to say is, you're a pet. Regular people are pets, you know? To your employer, you're a pet, but not really. You're not really a pet, really. I wanna redact that statement a little bit, or edit it. You are a resource. That's what you are. I'm a resource. I'm not gonna exclude myself. You know, I'm not gonna put myself on a pedestal because I'm in the same boat. Unless you're rich already and you're listening to this, you know, we're in the same boat. What do I mean you're a resource? Well, you are a resource. You are here to be used until you are useless. You understand what I'm saying? You have a use, and once once you are not necessary, you are discarded. Let that sink in. Like, so I'm wearing a shirt that was issued to me from my company when I got hired, and you know, this shirt, it's cool, but when it has the company logo on it, it kind of feels like a costume, you know? And that's, you know, how else can I really get that point across? I think that's pretty accurate. For a lot of people, you know, what they wear feels like a costume. You work at McDonald's, costume for sure, facts. I'm gonna stop saying that. Not be relatable, bro. So facts. You know, I've heard that on certain videos, and I don't really want to adopt that. I'm not gonna give up the word facts, but I don't want to use it in that context. There's a certain level of disgust that I get from using it in such a way. I guess because I don't really want to be I'm worried too much about what people think. Fuck you. It doesn't matter, dude. It does not matter. So I'm wearing this costume wearing this uniform so I can project this image of unity, uniform, unity. Is there a connection? Fuck, maybe. I'm probably gonna stop. I'm not really gonna make it a habit of cursing, using profane language, because I think I heard someone say the use of profanity is a sign of a lack of intelligence. But there I go again, giving a fuck about what other people may or may not think. Be relatable, bro. There's a conflict. There's a balance between giving a damn and not that I'm trying to achieve. Unfortunately, it's going to take time. But also, unfortunately, time isn't one of those things that I have in abundance. Well, hold on, back up. I do have time in abundance. I'm 33 years old. Let's assume I'm going to live to be 80 years old. Shoot. Let's assume I'm going to live to be 100 or more. That's a lot of time. But what really makes me use the phrase that I don't have time in abundance is because my time is being divvied up in such a way where I feel like I don't have that much time. Giving my time to an employer doesn't really feel the same as enjoying my time for myself. And that sucks. Can you imagine giving your time away for $15 an hour? That's not how much I'm being paid, but $15 an hour. Like, hey, the next 2 hours of your life are worth $30. But no, the next 2 hours of your life, you're not really even getting the $30 because you can't forget tax. So really you're getting less than that because Uncle Sam wants his cut. And he'll be damned if you tell him no. It's quite the predicament to be in to not be rich, to not already have money. Because it's like you're in debt. Even if you don't have debt, it's like you're in debt because you don't have money. You know? Like, because you don't have money, you're in debt because if you want to enjoy anything, you owe it to yourself to get money so that you can enjoy certain things, just to be comfortable. I feel like a pet. I feel like if I'm not a pet, I am a slave. I'm not able to do what I want to do. And that's my problem, you know? So how do I figure this out? Or how do I figure that? Well, what I'd like to do right now is not be at work. That'd be cool. I would I would like to already have what I want and need right now. But that's not the case. And I'm not saying this in a woe is me type of way, because woe is not me. This is just what it is. It's weird. It definitely is weird. Like, I'm wearing clothes right now when I could be naked. Actually, no. I am naked, but I got clothes on. I think this idea of conformity is a good thing and a bad thing, because maybe I want to be naked right now, man. Maybe that's what I want to do to be comfortable. But that would be weird. Right now, no one would really see that I'm naked. Specifically right now. But for whatever reason, the idea of being outside of my own home and being naked at the same time it equates to I'm doing something wrong. Those are not the rules. What are the rules? Well, don't be naked in public. Are there any other rules? Yeah. Contribute to society. What if you don't follow that rule? You're homeless. Or you're rich. You're either rich or you're homeless. If you don't contribute to society, you're rich or you're homeless. I'm sure somewhere in there is an error. Someone can pick that apart and give me a, well, if. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Corporations. I don't think people matter. If you're a person and you think you matter, you don't matter. Money matters. If you're a person out in the world, the most, apparently the most valuable thing about you is what's in your pocket. That's how the corporation, I'm sure that's how business and corporations really see people, is they are pockets that they want to stick their hands inside of and extract what they can. Imagine that. There's some man in the high tower looking out into the city from his high tower, and he's thinking to himself, A lot of pockets out there. A lot of pockets out there. And he just wants to stick his hand in there and get whatever he can get, or get whatever she can get. But when I think about things like that, I can't help but think that it's really perspective. If I was the man in the high tower and I was plagued by greed, I suppose I'd want some more money too, because I don't want to go broke. So I need to keep this gravy train going because I'm scared of not having money. Having money is kind of like it's a superpower. The way that this world is set up, having money is like a superpower, which is wild. But it makes sense, because if you have money, you can pick up and go anywhere you want for the most part. Hop on a plane to anywhere. You can buy what you want. If not now, you can buy it in the morning or buy it tomorrow. The point is, you have access to a lot of things. But, if the point of this world, if you're deep into materialism, that excites you, money. I'm not really into materialism. I'm into, like, interiorism, And there I go again, being self-centered. But I mean it in a way that it's relatable, bro. I swear. Like, if it kind of seems like just because you have a lot of money, does that mean you know who you are? Does that mean you are fulfilled? Is self-fulfillment, is that a cope? Someone let me know, man. Because I'll be damned. If the biggest cope of peasants is self-actualization and self-fulfillment, self-awareness, being in tune with yourself. 48 minutes. So this is 48 minutes of my time right now, of my life. 48 minutes that I won't get back. So at this point, I have to post this, because if I don't post this, that's a whole 48 minutes, now 48 minutes, almost 49 minutes, that I'm just throwing away. And I want to stop throwing away my time. I want something for my time. I want to plant a seed that will grow and yield me something that benefits me in some way. Very vague. What do I mean? I mean money, man. But also a sense of community, Oy. It's acceptable to talk to yourself and record yourself talking to yourself, because maybe somebody else might be listening to it. But if you were just talking to yourself and you weren't recording yourself, you're crazy. Does that make sense? So I'm I'm I am the corporation right now. I'm the corporation working on a product that I can put out into the market and get returns on. I'm seeking returns on my investment of my time. Well, money isn't everything. Huh. Money's not everything, but you need it. If you're going to be comfortable in this world, and don't worry, I'm going to cap this at 1 hour, because over time, what I will do is master the art form of long form content, which for me will just be an hour, at least an hour. Because anything over an hour, I think that's a little too much, man. I think anything over an hour and it's just you're kind of full of yourself. Really, probably anything over 30 minutes and it's just you, kind of full of yourself. And unless you can really just make that amount of time so engaging and so addictive that people just can't turn it off. So I suppose what I'm trying to be is a dope dealer, digital dope. And I'm trying to get you hooked. Because I need mine. You got something I want. If it's not in your pockets, it's your eyes. I need your eyes. If it's not your eyes, it's your ears. But really, I just need your phone to press play on my video. I need like 1 million phones to press play and listen to my video all the way through. I don't even need people. The people don't matter, but it's just, I guess the phones matter. So it's like I'm saying, like, do people, in the eyes of the corporation, do people matter more than their pockets, what's inside of their pockets or their bank accounts? But you can't get around people for now. So and what I'm saying is, like, do you really matter? Because data is apparently digital gold, and these videos that go viral, it's people that just press play. The algorithm serves people these videos because a lot of people pressed play. Well, can that be artificially generated? Yeah, obviously. But if you artificially generate 1 million views, but really nobody viewed your video, what the hell even happened with that? What is that? So there's this idea of industry plants that's not exactly connected with what I'm saying, because what I'm really saying is, like, if 1,000 phones pressed play on my video, not even people, then my video has 1,000 views. Is it the views that matter? Because from my end, I'm looking at it as, do I care about people watching my videos, or do I care about phones pressing play on my video and then getting paid? And don't worry, like, I don't want to fake it. I don't think I have the capability really of faking that. Maybe I do. Maybe I could figure it out. But would that be fulfilling? Would that fulfill me? More of that cope. It's just, this is really silly, man. I've seen this whole social media content situation be born, I guess. I was born in 93. I'm old. And I've just been watching all of this happen. And I'm not going to say I'm finally at a point where I'm just like, I want a slice of the pie. Dude, I wanted a slice. I've been trying to get a slice of the pie for like 13, 14 years now. And I still don't have a slice that makes me feel full. So I'm hungry. And I don't mean that in an ambitious way. I mean that in a way where I don't have what I need, man. I don't have what I want, I guess. Do you appreciate these thoughts? Do you appreciate the 57 minutes that I'm giving you? I'm giving you my undivided attention right now. But really, there is no you on the other side. I'm talking to my phone in my car while I'm at work because I'm on call, because hopefully no one calls out. And I'm using this time to be psychotic in my car and record myself. But no, that it doesn't make you psychotic or crazy or insane to talk to yourself, hoping that somebody else will listen. It's getting with the times, It's socially acceptable. It's not weird. It's all in your head. Like right now, if I could fall asleep, I would, but I got energy. A little too much. So I'm doing this. Does it matter? I don't even think it matters if it doesn't matter, really. Because 1 hour worth of talking, shoot, that's not storage that's being taken away from me. I'm not really losing anything besides my time to make this, but it's gonna go to YouTube/Google's data centers, and they're gonna hold on to this data. I don't have to worry about all this shit. I just want something for it. But YouTube will definitely put ads on this and I won't get anything from it, but that's not what matters. What matters is the community, man. What matters is you appreciating this, man. You know what I'm saying?